It's time for the absolutely, I'm on my way, completely, I'm almost there, random, why are there so many stairs? Podcast. Oh, jeez! With Andrew Rhodes. Hello, everybody, and welcome to a special episode of the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast for Saturday, February 29th, 2020. That's right, it's leap year, and I'd like to apologize right off the bat. You can tell by the sound of my voice. I have a cold. We are all sick here at Road Central. I'll get into that when I talk about how my week went, but we are all sick here at Road Central. So yeah, it sucks. I actually have some cough drops and a bottle of water. So if you hear slight pauses, I'll try to pause the actual recording, but just want to give everybody a heads up before I go in any further, because like I said, my voice is going to hell in a handbasket. And you're probably going to be hearing me cough a lot too tonight. So there is that. But anyway, what do I got in store for everybody this week? Well, believe it or not, Gamestop is back on my podcast topic. Oh, Lord, here we go again. Yes, their concept, and I do apologize to my mom. I thought they were convenience. No, it's concept stores. Oh, yeah. The future of the company is a very, very sad outlook right now. They are going to be closing shit left and right. Netflix's original Transformers series, War for Cybertron Siege, is set to kick off the trilogy. Crunchyroll has revealed the lineup of their original projects. 8. Mind you, a majority of them being collaborations with the Webtoons app, which, by the way, highly recommend downloading and checking out. It's a lot of fun. I read comics on there every week. They are a blast. So I can't wait to talk about that. Some sad news out of Japan, I'm afraid, as the creator of one of our beloved codes has passed away. This is truly sad. And speaking of sad things, did you know that the Dynamax Mewtwo event that was going on, you can't catch that son of a bitch? I don't know why. You do too? Yeah, I thought so. Oh, this and some extra little secret surprises. You know, because it's leap year. It's a leap year day. And what the hell? I'm feeling generous. Let's have some secret surprises. So you stay tuned here on the podcast. But I digress. What do we do now? Oh, yeah, that's right. The standard old thing. Before we go any further, you know the song and dance. ARHOADS-2012 over on eBay. Come check me out. You know that song and dance already, so I don't have to keep going into that every single week. Oh, yeah, that's right. You can follow me here on YouTube by hitting that subscribe button, ringing the bell notification. Don't forget to like this video. Check out the other ones from my previous podcasts. They are a lot of blast and fun to look back on and tell me if I'm an idiot or if I got something a little inaccurate at the time. You never know. It could be fun. Don't forget, you can also follow me over on Twitter at OtakuRhodes, and you can also follow me on the Web Designer 18 Facebook page. Because I'm everywhere and nowhere. I am an oxymoron amongst itself. That's right. Alright, so let's get into how this week went. It sucked. It's plain and simple. Sunday was alright. We watched Godzilla 2000. Turns out there was a little bit of excitement not too far from where I live. There was a small, minute fire down the street from me, which was kind of interesting. You could see it, at least you could see the smoke anyway, from where I live, so that's interesting. You know, stuff happens around, but, you know, it is what it is. That was all Sunday. Monday, this is interesting. So, my grandfather had to go to the hospital, sadly, this week. He's home now. He came back yesterday, which would have been Friday. So that was very good. He's back home now. But Monday morning, he woke up, wasn't feeling that great, and when my mom got up, he asked her, hey, can you make me a doctor's appointment, which we were really happy about, because the last couple times he's gotten really sick, we've kind of found out pretty much right as we had to take him to the hospital This time, however, he told us early enough that we were able to get a doctor's appointment for him. That was Monday. So he went. They thought he had a cold, so they gave him some antibiotics and sent him home. Tuesday comes along, and I stayed at home instead of going down to the laundromat with my mom to keep an eye on him. Wednesday, I went to work, and I was debating on Wednesday because there was a supposed rumor online that Targets were having a sale on Transformers. And I'm like, I could go over and see if I can find some new Transformer figures for me. And I thought about it, and I ended up taking the wrong lane to come home. And I'm like, well, screw it. I'm not going to make a U-turn just to go back and check a Target out. Screw it. I'm not supposed to go then. So then I went home, and literally as I'm pulling into the yard, as I'm pulling into the front yard, my mom sends me a text, and I get my phone rings literally as I'm right at the street and I'm backing up. And I'm like, well, it's just going to wait till I get the car parked because I can't even touch my phone now in this state. Without getting a massive fine. It is what it is. So I'm like, no, it can wait till I back the car up and put the car in park. And she's letting me know that, hey, I'm taking him to the hospital because the doctor's office called back, so he's got to go to the hospital. So he was in there Wednesday, Thursday, and he came home Friday. So they basically kept him for a slightly extended stripper's delight. A fun way of saying observation. It was basically that. They did help him out. He had fluid on the lungs, and it was starting to affect his kidneys a bit. So he's got a follow-up later this week. So hopefully everything's going to go well. He is sick, though, too, on top of it. We're all sick here, like I said, at Road Central. We're all freaking sick. My mom got sick from some of the people at the hospital. My grandfather got sick. I'm thinking just in general, and I got sick, I swear, from the people at work. So there is that. As far as I know, we're not sick with CVD-19 or COVID-19. So no, we don't have the coronavirus. It's just a freaking cold. It is just the common cold. The common cold. So yeah, I'm sick, but it's not, oh my God, he's going to die, we're not going to see him anymore. No, it's just a cold, damn it. It's just a cold. That's all it is. That was most of the week, though. I got my mom's birthday present. It came on Monday while they were, she was taking him to the doctor. It showed up via FedEx, so that was cool. So I have that ready to give her for her birthday. I'm debating if I want to give it to her Sunday or if I want to give it to her on Monday. She goes, I don't care when you give it to me. I'm like, well, I don't want it to, be spoiled, and I don't want my grandfather to feel upset in case he forgot. And she's just like, no, I don't care. Just, it doesn't matter to me. I think to myself, yeah, you're not the one that I'm worried about, damn it. But I don't know. Her birthday's on Monday, so that's going to be fun. But yeah, it's about how good my week went. Spent Thursday catching up on stuff. I watched the new anime series, blew through all 13 episodes of that, so expect that for the GBU. I have to start jotting down my freaking notes for the GBU, because I gotta re-record 3 videos, because I went back through quick tonight and took a look at them, and I'm like, I didn't like how I said that. I didn't like how I said that. I didn't like how I was sitting for that one. God damn it. So I got to re-record 3 of them. I really want to look into getting another camera that I don't have to constantly have my laptop out and have it tethered to my laptop. But that's down the road looking into. But yeah. So otherwise, though, how my week went, I got my refunds. I got my tax refunds. So yay. Bills are going to get paid, and I'm actually kind of happy. I got to deposit the one, though, on Monday because my bank was closed today. I forgot they're closed on Saturdays. I forgot that they're closed on Saturdays. They don't have lobby hours on a Saturday anymore. I forgot about that. I thought it changed when they changed names again. No, it's still the same hours. I forgot about that. So that was my week. Yeah, that was about it. That was all my week was. Boring, fun, boring. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's get into this, shall we? Alright, so since this is a leap year, and today's the 29th that I'm recording this, I thought it would only be fair that I kind of give everybody a sort of an explanation as to what in the hell a leap year actually is. Because there doesn't seem to be a lot of people that understand it completely. So, a leap year, and I'm pulling this right up of Wikipedia, by the way, just so everybody knows. A leap year, also known as an intercalary year, or bissextile year, is a calendar year that contains an additional day, or in the case of a lunisolar calendar, a month, added to keep the calendar year synchronized with the astronomical year or seasonal year. Because astronomical events and seasons do not repeat in a whole number of days, calendars that have the same number of days in each year drift over time with respect to the event that the year is supposed to track. By inserting called intercalating in technical terminology, an additional day or month into the year, the drift can be corrected. A year that is not a leap year is a common year. Basically, a leap year happens every 4 years. The last one was in 2016, and 4 years later, 2020, we have this leap year. It basically just gives you an extra day. Otherwise, February and March would pretty much line up with each other up until the 28th. So that's kind of how that works. It's nothing really exciting. It just gives you an extra day. There's really nothing super spectacular about it. It was created literally to balance out a calendar because people couldn't just figure out to add extra hours to the goddamn day to compensate, I guess. You know, screw it. Or better yet, just, hey, look, we got to spring forward like an hour. No, we got to fall back 2 hours and just balance out the equation. People weren't intelligent enough to figure that out, yet they were able to come up with a calendar that could supposedly tell you when the world was coming to an end. So, yeah, that's what a leap year is. You can Wikipedia it, but basically it's just an overglorified thing. I just wanted to say that because it almost feels like nobody understands what a leap year actually is. And you can look up terminology, you can ask 1,000 people, and you'll get different answers. That's honestly one of the biggest things. You can ask 1,000 people, and you'll get 1,000 different answers. The sad part is that at least 50% of them are going to be on the same line. You just go, what's a leap year? It happens every 4 years. It adds an extra day to the calendar. You ask them why, and they'll just look at you like, oh, damned if I know. They explain why. It's all explained here on Wikipedia. So if you're really interested in learning about leap years, I recommend checking them out. That's honestly about the best way to go. But I thought I would be nice, since this is a leap year day, and I'm recording the podcast on the 29th of February, which only happens once every 4 years. But for it to land on a Saturday, though, mind you, would actually be a little more astronomical because of how everything works. I mean, the next one we're going to have here, let me pull up my wonderful calendar system. And boom. And let's go back to the dates here. Okay, so 2024 will be our next one. And February 29th, 2024 is going to be on a Thursday. And if we go back to 2028 then, go back to February again, the 29th will be on a Tuesday. So it actually goes backwards 2 days each time. So then in 2032, it should technically be on a Sunday, and then it'll be a Friday. So it's going to be a while before it lands on a Saturday again, if I'm doing the math right. So this is a pretty unique event, hence why I figured, hey, I'll spend a couple minutes and explain this is a leap year, and it's a pretty cool event. So if you did something cool on February 29th, that's really neat. There are a lot of people that were born on February 29th. They're called leap year babies. In fact, I had a classmate that hated my guts that was born on February 29th. But a majority of those people usually celebrate their birthday on the 28th instead, since otherwise they would literally only be X amount of years old, and they would have to age a lot different than the rest of us, and you had a whole bunch of legality issues there and stuff that I don't want to get into or even try to comprehend, so there is that. But anyway, yeah, that's That is what it is. So that's what a leap year is, in case anybody was wondering. I just thought I'd be nice and share that little bit of tidbit for you. But yeah, check out Wikipedia. I'll try to have a link to it in the description. But yeah, check out Wikipedia for any more information, or visit your local library for information on leap years. Better just visit your local Google site. Just type in Google and look up leap year. That's how everybody does it nowadays. Why have libraries? Let's just make them Google. Let's just do. I mean, everybody looks everything else up on the internet as it is. Why do we need a library again? Just have a library. Just name it Google. Just have everybody go to Google. That basically is what it is. Everybody already goes to Google to look for everything else. Well. Alright, so let's talk about GameStop. As many of you know, they're pretty much digging their own grave, setting up the tombstone, and planning out their own funeral. And it's just getting sadder by the second here. So, what is GameStop's major malfunction? They're losing money out their ass, basically. I mean, they are going flat broke. They are basically spending money faster than they're making it. With a majority of games going digital, digital consoles, trade-ins at an all-time low, they're losing money hand over fist. And so many people were denying this. I know my former supervisor was going, oh no, GameStop isn't going broke. GameStop's going to be around for years to come. No, it's not. It's dying. In all honesty, I kind of think it's like that old proverb, it's dead, it's just too dumb to fall over. And I seriously think that is what it is. I don't see this being this massive, it's going to make this big-ass comeback, especially with these piss-poor ideas of a concept store. So Spawn Wave on YouTube had a video up where he explained this, and I had never heard of a concept store before. This honestly scares the shit out of me, by the way. But GameStop's they're screwed. Physical game sales are in decline. Trade-ins, which is the company's bread and butter, which I once again refer you back to that meme of Kermit the Frog in a car going, you roll up to your local GameStop and see it's getting robbed. And then you remember that they only gave you $3 for like 20 games, and then you just drive off. And it's like, yeah, I didn't see nothing. Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly. Their system was massively screwed up from the start. You will not hear me argue this. But I think what bothers me the most, especially with this, is that GameStop just doesn't realize that they're dead in the water, and they refuse to accept it. But they're a little too desperate, though, at this point. Their efforts over the last few years have been centered on flooding stores with merchandise and Funko Pops. Basically, they are trying to turn themselves into a hot topic of sorts. It's, okay, we can't sell video games anymore, let's sell video game-related merchandise and other hip stuff that'll appeal to the kids. If stores like Five Below and Walmart and other places are selling this stuff, and you're trying to get into that market, you have no chance in hell of doing it. They already have it established well before you. You're just going off of your, hopefully we'll have our brand recognition, we'll be able to drive people back into our store, forgetting for a moment that, oh, wait, we suck at customer service. Yeah, that's like their main thing. They suck at customer service. So, apparently there's a subreddit of GameStop employees that have been going on there and talking, shooting the shit left and right, what have you. And all of a sudden, it's like, yeah, I'm really nervous. My store's going to be closing in April. Or, yeah, so-and-so came in and was talking with us today, man. This isn't good. Stores are going to be shutting down. Because GameStop's going to be releasing their statement from the last quarter in April, and it's not looking good. They were, last I heard, according to the couple videos that I saw, they were looking at, like single-digit losses, maybe even like low double-digit. They're looking at double-digit losses here, and it's not good. And yeah, I get the idea that, no, it sucks, yeah, But you also have to remember that consoles are going digital. Physical game media is dying. I mean, when you have emulators that are out there, and this brings up a funny thing, because my one coworker and I were talking about this on Friday. He was telling me about the Neo Geo, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's about $100. And he's telling me this. He goes, you mean to tell me that the game system that I saw back in the 90s for $1,000 at my local game store, you can get for like $100? Yeah. I mean, I could find NESs on Craigslist for like $40, $50. And I said, granted, that's like lowballing it, and that's like, it's barely functioning. I said, but if you have like a sealed in box, yeah, I could probably see that going for a decent amount of money. But still, it's not going to go for much when you have emulators all over the goddamn internet. There are third-party game systems that are pulling in this retro stuff. And GameStop just pissed themselves dry trying so hard to get into this. They went into the retro gaming market not knowing a goddamn thing about it. Screwed the pooch on it tremendously, because people that knew, okay, this game's worth a crap ton of money and I have a busted cartridge of it, or I can make because you figure anybody with access to the internet and a color printer can make labels and put on a label and put it right over top of, like, let's say, I know there was a famous one, like, I think it was a Bonk's Adventure or something, that somebody traded in at a GameStop, a game that's worth a shit ton of money on their system, traded it in, and it was basically a worthless game that they passed off as a high-priced one, because GameStop's employees didn't know, oh, here, let's test this to see if it works. You know, let's make sure that this is actually what they're claiming it is. And I can see them not being able to do that with every single thing, but at least check it for, you know, every couple of them, especially ones that are like high-value games would have been a good idea to do that. Then you have the whole, I remember reading the story about one of the GameStop employees explaining, we don't even, there's like a junk pile in the back that got emptied out every week or every day of game systems that they just didn't want to fix. They just chucked them in the trash and chucked them out in the dumpster. And it's like, those you could have sold for parts. Scrapped them down and sold the parts, and you could have been making something off of this. That was mistake number 2. Then you have, you know, we're going to pay you to come into our store. You know, let's get rid of the loyalty program that we had, the Power Up Rewards Pro membership card, and let's change up how that system works. And instead of you getting a little purse, we're going to give you $5 a month. $5 that doesn't roll over, that you spend in our store a month. Yo, that's great. I'll come in and I'll just buy something that's $5. Wow. Thanks, morons. You didn't make any money there. And now you have the concept stores. Now, whenever a company starts cutting stores and closing stores, you know they're doing that to save money. They're cutting underperforming stores. At that point in time, it's basically your nuts are in a vice, your ass is grass, your nuts are in a vice. You're screwed, basically. There's no way to sugarcoat this. If you ever get into that situation, you're screwed. That's the way it is. If your store's underperforming and there's like 6 of them, and your store's like the weakest of the 6, your store's going to be, you know, closed. And they'll liquidate your stuff, and they'll transfer it to the other stores that are doing better to give them a better shot. Here's some more inventory. You guys can have this. And boom, you're right back. Your store no longer exists, and it's now empty space. And that's the way that GameStop's going to be going here. But they just refuse to die, basically. And they know that they're dead. They know they're barely hanging on anymore. And here it's like, no, we're going to try this one more time. They are literally the Sega of the video game world at this point. And for those of you that don't remember Sega, remember the Genesis? You had the Sega Genesis, you had the Sega CD, which connected to the Sega Genesis, and you had the Sega 32X, which connected to the Sega Genesis. The Angry Video Game Nerd did an entire video on this. It was basically nothing more than life support for the Sega Genesis. That's all it was. It was life support for that thing. And that is basically what GameStop is doing to themselves. Every little thing they're trying is basically just their way of trying to get life support. At least until the new consoles come out later this year. The Xbox, the new Xbox, and the PlayStation 5. Once those come out, which the specs for both of them are out now. I was going to talk about that, but I changed my mind on it. So the specs for them are out, which is interesting. But until those come out, GameStop's looking at a massive loss. And they're not going down without a fight. And while I respect that, the problem is they're doing this the wrong way. They're changing up too much of their store, and then once the new game systems come out, they're going to go, well, now we don't have to worry about doing this too much anymore, and we can focus back on the selling of the games until those start to decline, or there's massive issues like, let's say there's a massive recall with the PS5 or the new Xbox that's coming out. And all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, now we're screwed. Now we don't have, any money coming in now. Now what do we do? I don't know. We gotta go back to our concept store idea, which is what this is, and this is stupid. And Spawnwave was basically saying about how he had seen this happen before with other stores. He was explaining it, that parents just go there and drop their kids off thinking it's a freaking daycare center. And it's not. And that's the thing you're going to have here. Parents might be coming there seeing, hey, this might be a cool place to have a birthday party for little Timmy. And all of a sudden, it's like, hey, let me go see what the bathrooms look like. And he's going that if they just have like a tournament, like they're literally having a tournament there that day. And that bathroom's just going to get destroyed. Because now all these GameStops are supposedly having bathrooms now for customers. They were just for employees before. Now they're going to have them for customers too. Because you're going to be sitting in these things now for hours on end. Look, I'm all for a place where you can hang out and game and intermingle with people. I'm all for that. But GameStop, they don't have the staying power that they used to have anymore. They're dead in the water, and they just refuse to accept it. At this point, it's basically, I don't know what they're thinking, but whatever it isn't good. So I love this. This is cool. So going further into this article here, this is fun. So they want to turn GameStop into a place where people can hang out around video games instead of a place you walk into and are subjected to pre-order hell. Yeah, pre-order this game. Hey, you want to pre-order this? When you got to go up to the counter and it's like 60 questions just to buy your damn game. The last time I ever bought something from GameStop, they were like, would you like to pre-order the new? No, just give me my game. That's all I'm here for. I don't have the money to pre-order a freaking Xbox One S. I don't have the money to pre-order a PS4. I don't want any of that stuff. Just give me the game. Let me go home. I don't know why I came in here. But basically, using all this stuff's going to be free, but you're going to need a Power Up Rewards membership card, though, to play. Staff is trained to check IDs for age-rated games. But note, though, that these are concept stores where GameStop is trying stuff out. There's no guarantee that anything like this will be rolled out worldwide, which is probably going to be for the best. I'm going to agree with the article on that. So, they have to try new things. And I'm not going to lie about that. You need to try new stuff. But it's just, this is not the way to go about it. In the interview, though, explaining the design of the concept stores, the Chief Customer Officer, Frank Hamlin, said the following. I came back from E3 in 2014 and went to Reggie and I said, we are missing out on an enormous opportunity. And I said, and I use this incredibly politically incorrectly, if E3 is the Vatican, why is GameStop not the local church? So, okay, I kind of get the analogy he's going with there. This is like, with E3 being, this is where everybody comes to basically, talk about all things gaming. Yeah, why can't game stores just be your local hub where everybody comes to talk about? I get what he's saying with that. Yes, he did use it incorrectly, and yes, it was a bad, choice of phrase there, but I get it. I do get it. But this is not the way to go. Concept stores where you can play. And the picture in here, so I can close this out here because this is getting a little long, I think. Yeah, just a little bit. But basically, yeah. So the picture here of the concept store that they have, at least I'm assuming this is the concept store, is seats and rows of computer screens, which are going to cost a shit ton of money. It looks like a server, like a little bit of a maintenance server in the back part there against the wall. Big monitors around with game news on, Gamestop logos around. And this is what their idea is. Hey, let's have concept stores. Look, I could see this in like small rural towns where you don't have massively powerful internet and people could go there, pay money, and play by the hour, and then you just charge their ass. But keep in mind that electricity bills are going to go up. You're going to be hemorrhaging more money. And if the seat's, occupied for 20, 30, 40 hours, which first off, anybody playing that long is insane. And yeah, because you're going to have like hardcore gamers that are going to go in there. And if they're able to access this stuff through their own accounts, most of these seem like they're computers. But if you have like other systems, because no, I see a switch. I see some switches. Yeah, there's computers on the one side. Looks like switches on the other. There's probably PS4s now on the other side. But still, if people are going to be able to access this stuff through like their cloud and stuff like that, and you're using it, you run the risk of, information hacking, data theft. There's a humongous can of worms that you can see it shaking violently. Like, one small step, it's going to break open, and that's going to be the end of it. And that literally is what it is. Like, one small step wrong, and that's the end of it. It's just going to burst open, and good night, nurse. It's it. So, is it a good idea? No. I think this is stupid. I think GameStop just needs to finally admit they have no idea what they're doing anymore. This is pretty much the same thing that movie theaters started to do when they started realizing that streaming services were whooping their ass. And while I will admit it works for movie theaters, because they can do like live concerts and sporting events that are like blacked out, or hey, you can pay tickets if it's like a small arena or a small like place and they can't fit a lot of people in there. Hey, you can, we'll broadcast this to this place. You still have to pay for the ticket, but you can go to this movie theater. So like if you live like far away and you can't fly here to this concert, you can't make the drive to the concert to be here live in person at the concert, you can go to this movie theater and you can watch it there. Your ticket will be honored. Stuff like that. Yeah, I could see that. That works for them because of how they've set up themselves now. Because like I said, the last time I went to a movie was ironically over a year ago. And it was basically, I'm sitting there and I'm like, yeah, okay. Freaking Barcalounger, it's like heated seats. The fact that I had to reserve my damn seat at the, it's like, what happened to just going in there picking a damn seat? No, you have to reserve your seat. It's got to be really perfect seats. Like, what the hell? Why? It's a theater. It's not like this thing's going to go 30,000 feet up into the air and come crashing down. You're going to need to know who was sitting at seat 19B. Well, okay, well, the theater just came crashing down into the ground. It somehow shot up 30,000 feet in the air, came crashing down. We need to know who's sitting at seat 19. That'd be this person right here. We had him sign a waiver that their family can't sue the theater or anybody else in case of accidental death from a movie that you paid like $30 for. So, yeah, that works for movie theaters. But GameStop's idea, it's not working. I don't see this panning out. I hope this doesn't go worldwide. GameStop just needs to finally admit, look, just go quietly into that good night. Okay? I'm not going to lie. Just go quietly into that good night. A lot of mom and pop game stores are closing up because there's no money in it. Unless you're like old school retro gaming or you have consoles that it's like, look, here, we have like old consoles. You can come buy it, play it like hell, play the hell out of it. And, come in, shoot the shit, nerd out with us or something. That works for them. But with GameStop, it's corporate, and they're not going to make money on it. This is a bad idea, and I don't see it panning out. GameStop's screwed. End of story. This is the final nail in its coffin. If it's ever going to be another nail in the coffin, this is the final nail in its coffin. And I hope it just finally goes once and for all. It's horrible idea. Alright, so Netflix. Oh, goody. I really can't stand Netflix, but they are kicking off their War for Cybertron trilogy. It's finally happening. First off, thank God. I'm getting tired of waiting for this. Do I plan on watching it on Netflix? No, I don't have Netflix. I'm going to wait till somebody rips it off of Netflix and plops it up on YouTube for like half a day and I get a chance to finally watch it, or I see clips of it somewhere. No, I don't plan to watch this, to be fair. But basically, this is the continuing story, like the next thing after, at least I'm assuming it's after the events of the last trilogy, but probably not. The last time we saw anything decent Transformers related, series-wise, was the 3-part trilogy from Machinima, which was Combiner Wars, Titans Return, and Powers of the Prime. Those were really good, too, by the way. Especially the toys that came out with them were really cool. The figures themselves looked pretty neat, and the series itself was really cool. You've got the Dinobots. They combined into a Combiner. The first time since that horrific one that scared the living shit out of people that was released as part of like a DVD box set or something. Yeah, that thing was nightmarish. I saw the video for that. But, yeah, so this is pretty cool. So it's the Knights of Sidonia anime studio Polygon Pictures is returning to the bottomless Transformers well to kick off a new Netflix original trilogy. The first one has him teaming up with Rooster Teeth, the ones that do Ruby, and yeah, I know they do some other stuff too. I'm pretty sure they're in charge of Death Battle. They help out with Death Battle, or they own Death Battle now, I think. Which is in charge of producing Transformers War for Cybertron Siege, consisting of 6 22-minute episodes. Oh, Jesus Christ. Holy shit, that's basically a movie. Wow. Damn, first off. Double damn. No, screw it, triple damn. Holy shit, that is impressive. There is a trailer in the article from Toy Fair New York, which was like last week. But yeah, this wasn't last week. I talked about so like the week before. But the trailer does look pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. It is pretty interesting. I'm watching it now. I have my volume muted to avoid any copyright issues, so you know that song and dance. You got Metroplex. Oh, no, not Metroplex. Ultra Magnus, Optimus. This is actually pretty cool. And I do like the fact that we're getting more Transformers stuff. I do appreciate that. Because Transformers, I still feel like it's very underrated, especially for what it was. Some of the animations, though, don't look natural, but then again, in all honesty, at this point, it's take what you can get. Basically, it's just take what you can get at this point, and if it's not really shitty, I say just roll with it. It looks like a video game just turned into an actual movie, and I appreciate that. I really do. It looks cool. I like it. But yeah, War for Cybertron, Siege, coming out on Netflix. 6 22-minute episodes. It's pretty damn impressive. It's going to be a trilogy, though, too. So, I think there's more on here. So Siege is coming to Netflix this year. 2 more series have already been teased after it, including Transformers, War for Cybertron Trilogy Earthrise. So that's pretty cool. So we got Siege. So yeah, we're going to have like Earthrise. Yeah. So either way, I'm fine with this. We got Siege, Earthrise. We're probably going to add another one. So it's going to be Netflix, only on Netflix, yeah, until somebody rips it off. Believe me, someone will rip it off. I can almost guarantee it. But it's going to premiere then. So 6 22-minute episodes, though. That's not bad. And you know Netflix will instantly have it all out just like that. So there is that. But yeah, it's not a bad concept. I like the fact we're getting more Transformers stuff. I do appreciate that. But at the end of the day, it's Netflix. I don't like Netflix. I have issues with Netflix. They have constantly, and I want to say this wholeheartedly, ruined a majority of stuff because it's like, oh, here, let's tease this out. You might enjoy this, but you have to subscribe to us, pay us to watch this, and I don't like that. When you have so many alternatives to Netflix, like Tubi, Crackle, Pluto, just to name a couple of them off the top of my head, and they keep their stuff free because they have ads that play in between. I think Netflix, in all honesty, if they want to get back in my good graces, and I'm going to say this, have two different options. Have the paid version that you have to pay a monthly subscription fee for, that you get it same day it comes out or anything else, or do a non-paid version where you have to sit through ads that get thrown intermittently. Like the paid version has no ads, and you can get it the same day it premieres, the day it comes out. The non-paid version gets ads thrown in, would get, you'd have to wait a week. So it'd basically be like ABC's streaming service where you have to wait like a week to watch it. Or I would say, or like CBS, but CBS like the next day. So, I mean, you could just do like the next day too. But it's like you have to wait to watch it. You can't watch it the same day if you're doing the freebie. You got to wait like a day or two to a week to watch it. And then allow people to watch it. You'll get more traffic coming in. You'll still get more money from ads because people will have to sit through the ads to watch it. You're going to get money and revenue from the ads. And if your name is big enough, you get it. So that's something that I wish Netflix would do. And I think that would probably help them out so much. But with the Transformers, they're going to get more viewers, and they're going to get a lot of people interested in this. Because with the COPA thing going on with YouTube, a lot of stuff that's Transformers related has been marked for kids. Hell, there's even some Dragon Ball Z stuff that's been marked for kids, which annoys me. But with Transformers stuff being marked as kids, that screws you to the wall being able to watch any of it. So that throws a massive wrench in. Oh, let me put it up on YouTube. It's for kids. Oh, god damn it. But then you're going to have like Daily Motion and other... It'll find its way being ripped off of Netflix. I can guarantee you that much right now. It'll get ripped off. Somebody will find a way to do it wholeheartedly. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to the fact that we're getting another Transformer thing. It would have been nice if it would have been like Machinima's, where we could watch it online, but with Machinima closing down, Rooster Teeth took it over, but it's like they needed money to get this thing off the ground, and it's going to cost a lot of money. I mean, the licensing rights for this alone would have probably been at least half of a king's ransom. Because Transformers is a huge commodity. They're not joking with this in this article about a bottomless well. You could literally just go back to that, make a Transformers series, and throw any plot you want into it, and it'll stick. That's the thing, because Transformers is just that type of series that anything you chuck at it, it can adapt. Granted, it doesn't always work out that well. Look at the last 3 Michael Bay movies. But still, it can adapt. It doesn't suck entirely. It'll adapt. So, yeah, I'm happy we're getting more Transformers, but I wish it wasn't on Netflix. Let's just end it with that. That's a good way to end that. Alright, so a while back, Webtoons had a thing up on Twitter, and I think Crunchyroll had it up too. It was which series would you like to see turn into like an anime? And they had like a whole bunch of them. You could just submit your own, because they were teaming up with Crunchyroll to come up with some original series, like original anime series. Well, we got now the lineup of the Crunchyroll original projects. There's 8 of them. Sadly though, and I will say this, the one that I voted for, the one that I left in the comment section, did not make the list. But one that I recently got into because Webtoons had a contest up for it, which got me into it, but I could not complete it enough to do it because we were having internet issues and the app was giving me problems because I think everybody was trying to do it at the time, did. So that makes me kind of happy. It's not a bad series. So, Crunchyroll finally took the lid off their big announcement. The reveal of the first lineup, by the way, of their original. So that means that the one that I voted for the one that I wanted might make the list. I mean, I would like Hardcore Leveling Warrior that would make one hell of an anime series. It really would. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I still think would make good anime in the world. Hardcore Leveling Warrior is definitely one. That's an action adventure, genre right there if you ever wanted a decent one. Let's Play Webtoons already did like an animated version of that they had up on YouTube in their short videos. That would work really good as a type to be like a slice of life style, which I would get behind. Romance thrown in. Super Secret, which is the one that got me into Webtoons in the first place, would be a really good, sort of anime series. It would make a really good series. And that's just Webtoons related stuff. Then there's like video games. I still swear we should get a custom Robo anime. We should get a Golden Sun anime. We need that. I'm sorry. We need that. It's 2020 now. I think it's more than deserved because we're never getting Golden Sun 3. No, 4. Sorry, we have 3. Dark Dawn was 3. We're never getting Golden Sun 4. We need a Golden Sun anime series now. More than I got to do a discussion video or a rant video. We need that now more than ever. And I just kind of go into reasons why, but it'll be a while. But anyway, they finally released their lineup, the first lineup of their originals. They're going to combine a variety of genres. Sorry about that. With creators from around the world, including anime studio Mappa, publisher Kodansha, Crunchyroll Studios, and more. There actually is an official YouTube trailer for this, which is really cool. And a lot of them are cool. They actually have trailers for all of the things. But Tower of God, though, got 2 trailers, which is really cool. And that's the one that I'm actually quite happy that made the list. When I saw that, I was like, oh, cool. Tower of God. I was starting to read that because that was part of their contest that they had. You could get 5 coins that you can use for their Fast Pass system so you can read the next chapter. Just wait the damn week. I just wait the week. It's not that big of a deal. It gives me time to speculate and ideas of, okay, what can this be? And I just look forward to it. But Tower of God was pretty good. Let's just see if they have... Yeah. So the ones that they chose, though, are In/Spectre, Tower of God, Onyx Equinox, The God of High School, Noblesse, Meijin Gekken Sword and Gun, Freak Angels, and High Guardian Spice. So, first off, this is freaking cool. But Tower of God, that's the one I want to talk about here quick. A Crunchyroll and Webtoon production based on the comic series Tower of God, created by SUI and published by Webtoon. By the way, Webtoon is... I can't stress enough how cool this app is. I mean, I got it. I downloaded the app because I was getting inundated with the ads on YouTube. It was driving me up a freaking tree. And I finally just decided, you know what? The hell with it. It suckered me in. Let's see what this damn thing's about. I downloaded it, and the rest is history. I fell in love with it. You have Hardcore Leveling Warrior, which is one that I got into. Wasn't last year, but I think the year before when we did that week-long experiment of let's have an antenna up and not have the Roku player going, which we will never be doing that again. I got into basically Super Secret was what got me into that, and that ended. And I'm really sad that that's ended, but it's good. It ended well. I'm not gonna argue with that. Let's Play, I got into that. Tower of God. There's a whole bunch of ones, and I just have like maybe I think 6 or 7 that I'm subscribed to, and there's more. There are genres upon genres in here, and I barely scratched the surface of this. It's just that cool. But it's the Tower of God, though, is a dark fantasy action series. It centers on a journey of a young man as he battles his way through a mysterious tower, building friendships, discovering the rules that govern the tower, and facing unimaginable terrors as he strives to find the only friend he's ever known. I cannot tell you how happy this makes me. That's actually a pretty cool, because I was reading this and I was thinking this would make a pretty cool anime series, and it's getting its own original series, so yay. Animation produced by Telecom Animation Film, production management provided by SOLA Entertainment. It's coming to Crunchyroll spring of 2020. Woohoo! In/Spectre is now currently airing on Crunchyroll. It's a Crunchyroll original supernatural romance mixes with thrilling, fantastical mystery as a duo sets out to solve a series of dark incidents plaguing their world. So that's In/Spectre. Let's see here. We got Onyx Equinox. In this Crunchyroll studio production created by Sophia Alexander, a young Aztec boy is saved from death by the gods and chosen to act as humanity's champion, forced to discard his apathy towards his fellow man and prove humanity's potential in a fight that spans across fantastical yet authentic Mesoamerican cultures. Premieres summer 2020 on Crunchyroll. The God of High School. This is actually one that I am subscribed to, but I haven't actually read it yet. I subscribed to it, but it's on my list to actually read. A Crunchyroll original based on the comic series The God of High School, created by Yongji Park and published by Webtoon. This action-packed series follows a high schooler and his friends as they compete in an epic tournament, borrowing power directly from the gods and uncovering a mysterious organization along the way, with the promise of their heart's deepest desires motivating their tournament victory. Animation provided by MAPPA, so MAPPA. Production management provided by Sola Entertainment, coming soon to Crunchyroll. Noblesse is a Crunchyroll webtoon production based on the comic series Noblesse by Jiho-san and Koengsu Lee. I apologize for mispronounced names. And published by Webtoon. This fantasy follows a powerful vampire noble who is thrown into modern civilization after 820 years of slumber. Dangerous adventures with his new friends await as they combat a secret organization and uncover his past. Animation provided by Production IG comes soon to Crunchyroll. That kind of sounds familiar. I think I've heard that plot somewhere before. Meiji Gekken, Sword and Gun, working title. Japan, 1870. We follow an ensemble of characters: a former samurai, a Yakuza bodyguard. Tried to scroll up here a little bit. A Yakuza bodyguard, a devious spy, and a geisha assassin as they try to find their place in the rapidly evolving Meiji era, while escaping the sins of their past, inspired by historical events. A Crunchyroll Studios production coming soon to Crunchyroll. Freak Angels. After civilization comes to a sudden and crashing end, 23-year-old psychics living in the rubble of London must check their wild impulses and discover their better angels in order to rebuild society. A Crunchyroll studio production based on the graphic novel by Warren Ellis and Paul Duffield, coming soon on Crunchyroll. That honestly sounds like Siren, which is another series that I think deserves to be an anime, and that's an actual manga series. Siren has a similar plot to that, where apparently in the future an event happened that caused the end of society in the future, and a bunch of people were sent into this world by this being. I only remember reading it from Shonen Jump when I was still getting the magazine yet. So that Freak Angels kind of sounds like that. I might have to. That sounds kind of interesting. Sounds pretty cool, actually. I might have to check that one out. High Guardian Spice. This Crunchyroll Studios production created by Ray Rodriguez for Fierce Girls. train to become great heroes at High Guardian Academy, where they form allegiances, uncover betrayals, and discover their true identities while preparing to protect the world from an anonymous unknown threat. Coming soon on Crunchyroll. That sounds a hell of a lot like My Hero Academia. I'm sorry, that sounds like a watered-down My Hero Academia. What in the hell? That sounds like a watered-down My Hero Academia. I'm not cool with that. I'm not down with that one at all. No. So 7 of the 8 I can approve of. Okay, 6 of the 8. I don't really like that Meiji and Gakken sword thing either. So, yeah. Now that I've read them all off, you can let me know down in the comments. You can read this then for yourself. At least, okay, no, screw it. 5 of the 8, because that Onyx Equinox doesn't really throw me either. Okay, 4. Okay, I'm at 50% now, because I'm not really feeling that Noblesse either. So, we got the God of High School. Yeah, we got the God of High School, Freak Angels, Inspector, and Tower of God. That are pretty much the only ones that I'm still rooting for. The other ones are now on my list of Kiss My Ass. I don't really feel the vibe with them. But you can learn more and keep up to date with each series as they develop on the official Crunchyroll Originals website. Oh, wait, there's an actual Originals website? What, this isn't going to be available on Crunchyroll? What, I'm going to have to, what, you're going to have to get like a whole new subscription for this? Oh, that's how you're going to do it, huh, Crunchyroll? That's how they're going to do it. They're going to just make this all of a sudden. No, we got to spend a crap ton of money here. No, you need to, you need to have a totally different, no, you're going to have a whole new account now to get this. Oh, no, now I see how this works. Now I see how this works. Oh no, okay. Now you kind of got it here. Now I see how this works. Oh, okay. No. Now I see how this works. Yeah. But see, the thing is though is that, like I said, when you look at the pictures of this stuff, it's like, okay, this looks pretty cool. Then you read the plot synopsis and it's like, ugh. But yeah, Tower of God, though, is definitely one that I would like to see. I would like to see that, definitely. Yeah, Onyx Equinox, okay. God of High School, yep, that is on my list to read. You can set a reminder for that. Inspector, you can watch now, which I might actually check that out. Yeah, okay, it is a little different. I might check that one out. That actually looks pretty cool. What I see here actually does look pretty damn decent. Freak Angels. Yeah, okay. What the hell? I might give that one a shot. High Guardian Spice. That honestly sounds like a My Hero Academia knockoff. Noblesse. No. That's the vampire one. Okay, and the thing is, though, is that the Meijin Gekken Sword and Shield one, it does look pretty cool. And then you read that synopsis, and it's like, ugh. But, yeah, so there is actually a Crunchyroll's original. You can set a reminder. Or you can, well, yeah, let me pull up this one here. I want to see what happens if I hit the watch now. Since that's the only one, since Inspector's the only one you can pull up here. Oh, wow, there's 8 episodes. Okay. Yeah, that actually does look pretty cool. Okay, so there's 8 episodes of this to watch. I might have to check that out. I might actually have to check that one out. That actually looks pretty cool. But yeah, there's like a lot here. I check Crunchyroll out every now and then. But yeah, I think I'm going to be down for that. So, yeah. Okay, so there's some good stuff coming to good old Crunchyroll. Yeah. They really should have came up with a better name for that than Crunchyroll. That just sounds weird. But yep. So hopefully with the next ones that come out, like the next set of 8, I'm assuming that'll get released. I'm hoping for Hardcore Leveling Warrior. That freaking needs a series, man. There's already one whole season worth of content done. That needs to be animated, damn it. I'm not even going to shit you on this. That needs to be animated. Let's Play would do good as an anime. Because, I mean, that proved itself on YouTube that would work well animated. Those little shorts were drawing in thousands upon thousands of views. So that already tells you that that'll do really well. Super Secret. Oh, God, that would do good. Yeah, that would do good. There's just a lot of them. So, yeah, definitely. I could get down with this. Webtoons, Crunchyroll Originals teaming up. I could get down with this. I can get down with this, I think. Okay, so when I say the phrase up, up, down, down, left, right, be a start, what does that mean to a lot of you? If anybody out there says the Konami Code, first off, good on you. That's exactly what it is. Up, up, down, down, left, right, be a start. Some sad news, though. The creator of the Konami Code has passed away at the age of 61. So Kazuhisa Hashimoto, and I apologize if I mispronounced that. It's Kazuhisa Hashimoto. I know how to say that last part. He was a producer who worked on NES games. He worked on the NES version of Konami's Gradius, as well as a few other games. But he created the Konami Code. This was the code that gave extra lives, power-ups, boosts, different things depending on the game. In Contra, you got like 30 extra lives. You could do it in like Dance Dance Revolution, Castlevania, Contra, Metal Gear games, Gradius. There was a lot. And he created the code, and it has just become synonymous with video games at this point. There's, if you ever, there are even like non-Konami games that have it. And that's basically what it is. It is basically the one-stop code. It was used in Wreck-It Ralph. King Candy used it to access the inner workings of an arcade game. You had, there's like so many other ones that had it, and it was featured in like some other media. I think there was an episode of South Park that made a joke of it, probably, I think. But the Konami Code is synonymous with video games. Up, up, down, down, left, right, be a start. It is the ultimate cheat code. I remember at work, the one former coworker and I were trying to get some cold water out of the water fountain, and I'm like, and he managed to get the cold water to come out. I couldn't get the cold water to come out. He managed to get the cold water to come out, and I'm like, how did you do that? And he goes, up, up, down, down, left, right, be a start. And I'm like, the Konami Code. He goes, you know this code? I'm like, yes, I know this code. It's synonymous. I love this code. But this is just sad, though. I'm not going to lie. Because this code is detrimental to so many lives that came out. So many people know this code by heart. I mean, there's a game. Sorry, not a game. There's a song. I actually heard it. I think it was a Nightcore did it. Or at least it's one that they redid. Life's Like a Video Game. It's really cool. And they quickly say this code. It's up, up, down, down, left, right, BA start. BA, and I think they say select start. Because I've heard like two different ways to do it. But yeah, it's basically, it's the Konami Code. And it is, it's a cheat code, basically. And it's a cheat code that's designed by the developers in order to help them get a little further on into the game so that they can test its stuff. And they can take care of this and that and check something. But basically, Hashimoto created this code because he found that Gradius was too difficult during the game testing. So he added the code that would grant the player power-ups. And the cheat code just forever became known as the Konami Code. Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA start. So many games it's had, non-Konami games have it. It's just, it is synonymous at this point with the video game industry. It is 100% essential anymore. I mean, if you're a gamer, you know this code. This is like day one stuff. If you don't know the Konami code, what the hell have you been doing with your life, basically? But it is sad, though, that he has passed away at the age of 61. And first off, I honestly want to say this. I have used the Konami code myself half a dozen times. I mean, there are a couple games that I'm like, gee, I wonder if this would work. And I'm just doing the Konami code. Thinking maybe, just maybe it'll work. And sometimes I was actually surprised. I found like maybe one or two of them for my PlayStation 2 library that I had at the time that actually used the Konami code, and it wasn't registered on any site that had cheat codes, and I have no idea what it did. The one game, I kind of had a feeling it gave me invincibility for like half a minute, but I couldn't tell if I was just being extremely lucky or if that's what it was. But the Konami code, I can safely say I have been influenced by it. So many of us have. And it is just sad that its creator has passed away. The code created and first appeared in Gradius for the NES back in 1986, and its creator is now no longer with us. This is a really sad moment here. I personally, mean, I love this code. And like I said, anybody that knows video games knows this code. It is the Konami code. Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA star. Yes, I'm going to keep saying it because that's what it is. It is the Konami code. It is quintessentially the greatest. I mean, I've seen T-shirts with this on. I've seen T-shirts with this. It's like, don't worry, I got this, and it has the Konami code on it. It's like, I got this. Like, you know, it's gonna give me something. It is just so cool of a code to have, and it is sad that its creator's gone. So, it didn't release, at least that I could find. It was undisclosed what he passed away from. He's no longer with us. He passed away on Tuesday, and the information was dropped to us on Wednesday. So it is really sad. But as we often do here, except in the case of Mr. Peanut, because he didn't deserve it, if we may have a moment of silence, please, for Hashimoto, because if it was not for the Konami code, I think a majority of people's childhoods would not have been as fun as they were. So if we may please have a moment of silence for Kazuhisa Hashimoto. Thank you for everything, Hashimoto. Alright, so this is the last topic of the night here. So it's Pokemon. Oh, let's just roll back the counter one more freaking time. Why not? What the hell? You can't catch Dynamax Mewtwo. So there was a huge Pokemon event that was going on. I think it's now done. I'm double checking this here. I'm pretty sure it's over. I'm pretty sure it's done. Come on, where's the timestamp on here? Pretty sure it's over. Can't find it. Yes. Okay. Yes. Yes. All right. So by the time this goes up, it's gonna be over. So there is a Dynamax Mewtwo roaming around in Pokemon Sword and Shield. This was so that it could tie in with the whole, Pokemon Day thing, because you have that Mewtwo Strikes Back CGI abomination, which, yes, I've seen clips of it now. If I was singing its praises, I ain't singing them no more. No. I'm not. I'm out on it. No. So, Mewtwo, weirdo cat psychic Pokemon thing, genetically altered, created by mankind, our greatest failure and Pokemon's greatest champion. So, what is this? Well, 2 decades ago, Ash, Pikachu, and friends sent Mewtwo packing. And then, ironically, there was a sequel movie in which they ended up finding Mewtwo again, and Mewtwo was like, okay, well, I gotta wipe your memories again, and Ash and them were like, oh, wait a minute, no. Why? Why wipe our memories? We're not gonna tell anybody that you're here. We have no intention of telling anyone where you are. So Mewtwo let them keep their memories, and it's like, yeah, sure, what the hell, why not? Not like Mewtwo's ever going to become canon in the series. Oh, wait, no, wait, it kind of was. I forgot about that. That was what flew away from Giovanni's, little hideout near Pallet Town in the original series. Way, way back. So, a lot of players on social media were royally throwing a fit, and I agree with them on this one. So, you can partake in a battle against the super-powered Pokemon. This thing will pretty much make your team into mincemeat. But don't bother bringing any Pokeballs. You can't catch it. So players on social media were describing the battle as one of the toughest battles in the game. Mewtwo just shows up at level 100. Bolstered health bar. Even if you put your best fighter forward, it's like, Charizard, you go out there, buddy, whoop his ass. Charizard, what the hell? How'd you lose? Oh my god. Yeah, it's bad. And keep in mind, this is Sword and Shield. This is the, hey, we're going to water down Pokemon for the fans. We're just going to water down the game that, the franchise that made us so much money. We're just going to water it down. And then you just drop the nuclear option here. I mean, first off, you have Pokemon Home possibly erasing players' Pokemon if there's a glitch in the Matrix. You have a game that feels like it wasn't finished. DLC you have to pay for. And now, here's the nuclear option because it's Pokemon Day. Drop the nuclear option on top of these people with freaking Mewtwo. You can't catch it. Well, of course not, because Mewtwo's a legendary. But legendaries are supposedly in the DNA and in the coding of this game. But that brings up another issue of, gee, why can't you catch it then? Oh, because it's OP. Frickin' bastards. Apparently, the writer of the article in Kotaku, it took him like 45 minutes just to get to Mewtwo, just to find it in the max raid battle. Apparently, it was straight up wiping the floor with the best teams of 4. Players would have to team up to try to win, and it's still whooping their ass. This thing is OP. But if you actually manage to beat him, you don't get anything. It's basically the equivalent of, oh look, you have single-handedly saved the world from the evil darkness, from the meteorite that was brought upon us because of our own stupidity. Here, allow us to give you this stick. The stick of truth. It's like you do all that work for nothing. But what do you get in this? You can get everything from rare candies that level up your Pokemon to ability capsules. A rare item that changes a single Pokemon's ability. So wait. Let me get this straight here. Now, I did not know ability capsules existed. So, we have Pokemon Sword and Shield. The game that not only segregated Pokemon by saying that unless you were part of the Galarian Pokedex from the start, you couldn't come in, then added more in via DLC to make fans happy to shut them up. Got rid of the National Dex so they could segregate and get people to pay money for DLC. Made an unfinished game, threw experience share on permanently to make it easier for people to level up their Pokemon, thus taking half the fun and grinding out of this, not to mention EV training. And now there's ability capsules that can change your Pokemon's ability. Where is the strategy anymore in Pokemon? I mean, what happened to the good old days when you caught a Pokemon and you went searching for it and you managed to catch one that had the ability of like a really rare ability? Now all of a sudden it's like, oh, I got this rare item. It's the ability capsule. Here, Pikachu, have this. It'll change your ability. Unless that ability capsule is going to turn Pikachu into a pizza delivery Pokemon, I don't care. But you also get big nuggets too, chunks of gold that sell in-game for an amount that would cover my annual rent, according to the article. I love that. But you won't get Mewtwo. Unlike other max raid battles, you can't catch the Pokemon. Why even bother doing this then? Since it's not a guaranteed, max raid. It took like 45 minutes, according to the person on here, to even get it. And in the midst of that, they were getting a shit ton of error codes. Like, one or more consoles are not responding. You can't participate because the entry session for participants has closed. You can't participate because the maximum number of participants has been reached. No communication partner was found. Unable to connect. Or, LOL, you suck. Now, one of those isn't real. Take a guess which one. But apparently also had no luck finding a Mewtwo locally either. And, I mean, this is just insanity. This is freaking insanity here. So, I mean, has the Pokemon Company just finally lost it at this point? I think they have. Look, I like Pokemon. You had a wonderful thing going, and with one game, you have managed to basically wipe the floor with all the good things you have managed to do in the last 20 years. You have managed to destroy with one freaking game version. And I can hear people go, but son, you're just one of those deck haters that's pissed off because they got rid of the national decks. Yeah, I'm pissed about that. But look at this from the standpoint here. You create a max raid battle in honor of Pokemon Day featuring one of the most powerful Pokemon to ever exist. Why make it so you can't catch it? That is basically like having, like, let's say back in the original Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue, that you went to Cerulean Cave. You battled Mewtwo, but you couldn't catch it. You threw the Master Ball at it, and it just broke free from the Master Ball, because it's not catchable. Or it had that stupid barrier that they put up for Pokemon that are a higher level than you. I don't... No. They've managed to make the Pokemon franchise, at least in this game itself, easier, stupider, and lazier all at the same time. I'm not going to lie on this. But what's the point? It's tough to set up the battle. The potential rewards, while rare, are worthless. And you get one ability capsule. Really? But apparently you can just get them at the battle tower. And if you're high enough level to take down a Mewtwo, you certainly aren't going to have enough money. You certainly have enough money that that massive chunk of gold is basically a piss drop in the ocean. Like, you literally just, you're swimming in the ocean and you just went. It is a drop in the ocean. A single drop in the ocean. It is not making a difference. You get bragging rights, if anything. But the problem is that you have to prove it. So that means it's Let's Players are going to be basically, oh yeah, here we go. Whoo, let's just have this massive... No. It's not worth it. But on top of this, you can also battle against the original Kanto starters. Like Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Charmander. Oh yeah, not to mention their evolutions, which would be Ivysaur, Charmeleon, and Wartortle. Yeah, you can do a Dynamax battle against them, max raid battles against them. But what's the difference? Well, you can catch them for starters. I mean, it's seriously. And apparently, you can also run into a this is funny, a Dynamax Toxtricity, an electric poison Pokemon with a near godlike special attack stat. Look, I think the Pokemon Company has to take this game back to basics. I mean, there's even a freaking monstrous mythical monkey that they've now that they're popping out with. It's called Zarude. I mean, no, we've hit the impasse. We've hit the wall. I mean, this is officially the point in time now where it's who cares anymore. You have Pokemon that you run the risk of losing if there's a glitch in the Matrix, putting them in home, that you have to pay. You're going to have to pay money for, unless you want to basically do selectism for your Pokemon, and you only want to pick 30 of them to keep for the rest of your life. That's freaking it. You have to pay for it, but you only get 30 Pokemon. So that's one problem. Then you have, and I love this. Oh, God. This is fun. This is fun. So, you have Pokemon Home, which is a joke, but added in for this. You have Max Raid Battles. You have Dynamax, Gigantamax. You got rid of Mega Evolution and Z moves to make room for Dynamax and Gigantamax. You cut the National Pokedex by basically instigating segregation into the Galarian region by saying, no, unless you are part of this Galarian Pokedex, you cannot come into the Galarian region. You cannot set foot into our region unless we deem you worthy, which you're basically telling children. Children, mind you, all right, and I want to stress that point. You are basically telling children it is okay to have segregation because it's a Pokemon game. And we, the game creators, were too lazy to take the extra effort and put the other characters in. So we are telling you that segregation in a video game is fine. Because it's basically what they're doing. Because unless you are in the Galarian region and you're part of their Galarian Pokedex, you're not allowed in. It's wrong. So there's that. There's the fact that the game feels unfinished. The fact that your precious Gigantamax and Dynamax bullshit doesn't work well. You have the raid battles that don't connect right, because here's a newsflash for you. Wireless connectivity doesn't always work, geniuses. Let's look back at the original games that had the ability to go onto the net. So that would have been Diamond and Pearl and Black and White, where you could go online. Do you remember that working out well? Do you remember people having issues of getting disconnected, doing trades? I do. What does that tell you? And no, it's all, we're just going to bank this on our new system and go that route. So we have crappy, behind the scenes action, this and that not working right, a stupid storage system that's milking more money out of these gullible players, paid DLC adding basically a whole nother game into the game you already bought, all because they couldn't just come up with a concept and stick with it. And all they kept praising this entire time was, look at our grass, look at the scenery, look at the background. Whereas I'm seeing, look at how much money we spent here, look at the corners we cut here, and look what we didn't put in here. But this has to be the biggest insult to gamers, especially Pokemon gamers. First off, and I was right about that with people diving into the source code. the minute that game came out. I was right about that. And they're finding stuff left and right. Oh, look, the sprites are the same. You lied to us, you bastards. No, they're the same. We can prove it. Oh, look, there are legendaries in the game. Why aren't they available? Well, they're going to be part of DLC, but they're in the game. You couldn't have just put them behind a lock system like the rest of the games? No. No, they got to be part of the DLC that they can charge you money for. They got greedy, and this is the result. And for those of you that are having fun with this, be my guest. If you can have fun with this, go ahead. I'm looking at this from the standpoint of what in the holy hell were they thinking? It makes no sense. But the game sucks. You can't catch Mewtwo. It's a worthless idea. You should have never even put it in if it's uncatchable. It's only there for bragging rights and to pander to your own ego. Basically, this entire Mewtwo Max Raid event was nothing more than Game Freak stroking it. That's all they were doing. And it's like, yeah, let's do this. Screw the fans. Yeah, we can just do this our way. That's all it was. So, yeah. If this isn't going to be the final nail in Sword and Shield's coffin, they're probably coming up with something down the road. So, believe me, if this isn't the final nail, it's getting close to the last one. Because there can't be anything else that they can do to end this more horribly than you could have ever thought. There really can't be. I don't know what else. I don't know what else they can do anymore to really screw this up. There's got to be something else that they're going to do next. All right, everybody, and that's going to pretty much then do it for the special leap year episode of the podcast. I'm Andrew Rhodes. I'm tired. I'm sleepy. I want to go to bed, try to get rid of my cold. So thank you all for tuning in. Hopefully I will not be feeling so crappy next week, and my voice will be back. And I'll be back to my usual happy-go-lucky self, or I won't be coughing, and I won't be doing anything else. But, yeah, so basically expect some delays in upcoming rant and discussion videos. Not by much, but mostly because if I'm coughing like crazy trying to do them, or if my throat's drying out too badly, I really can't record. Because it's, you know, at the end of the day, I have to think about my health, too, over doing the videos. So if I don't put anything out for a week, please don't get mad. I try my best to get some stuff up. I really do. It's just a matter of, you know, my health is important too, because if I get sick and I can't do anything, then I feel like I'm letting all of you down. So if it means I have to not put anything up for a week after I put up like a podcast or something, then that's what it means. I just spend the week, I heal up, I feel better, and then I come back. That's all there is to it. It's all I can do. But anyway, thank you all for tuning in for the podcast this week. Huge shout out to Kungi Muller. I've been helping out a little bit over on the weeknight update. I'm not going to lie, I thought it was called Weeknight Tonight. When I was fixing up the logo for him, I actually thought it was called Weeknight Tonight. And I'm like, it's Weeknight Tonight. And then I'm looking, pull up the thing, I'm like, oh crap, no, it's Weeknight Update. And I had to quickly go back in and redo it. As I thought it was called Weeknight Tonight. And I was like, oh man, no, it's Weeknight Update. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But I've just been helping out with that a little bit. Designed the logo, and I fixed up the intro for the ending experiments this past Friday. So that's pretty cool. There are some other things I've been helping out with behind the scenes. I've been trying to give them a little hand. 'Cause I think that show has got some decent potential. It really does. I really do. It has some potential. It's untapped yet, though, mind you, but it does have potential. I will not lie on that. It does have some potential. So, yeah, but until next time, I'm Andrew. I'm clocking out for the night. Good night, everybody, and have a wonderful week. Enjoy March, and, oh, yeah, shout out to my mom. Happy birthday, because she's going to be listening to this Sunday night. So, happy early birthday, Mom. You're going to get your present probably either Sunday or Monday. So, yeah, so there is that. But until next time, I'm Andrew Rhodes. This has been the podcast. I'm out of here. Bye, everybody. Have a nice week.